Berlin, they tell me, was once filled with the glorious sound of people speaking French. Not anymore. It seemed so far along the streets. We did not go out, but we stayed in our lodgings, consulting pamphlets on the railway networks of the world that were delivered to our room by a strange system of connected leather pulleys. It made for interesting reading. It seemed the Orient Express, the beldame of pan-European travel, was in fact prone to delays and reschedulements, while the smaller routes run by German companies were substantially more efficient. The afternoon turned to evening, and we finished our explorations of Berlin. Right. So they suggest to go to Stockholm, but if we take the train, bugger it, we'll go that way. High winds, so we'll lose 16 health, but we'll gain 5, and we've got enough luggage space, so let's take it. The Nordic Flower was a small chartered airship crewed by a trio of Norwegian women, one ancient, one middle-aged, and one in the prime of her life, whose company I found most congenial of the three. The ropes were were okay, and we drifted up into the skies. Let's converse. Greetings, Elsa. Hello to you. Right, so we need to get far, so we know there's routes this way, so we'll go Stockholm to St. Petersburg. We have a timetable for routes from Stockholm to St. Petersburg. You mentioned boats. I've been told my aunt has a friend who worked aboard the Waquing. My pronunciations are perfect. From Beijing to Vladivostok. Vladivostok? I think it's true that the quickest way to Vladivostok from here is through Omsk. Omsk? I think it's true that traders in Agra will pay far more than they should for hammers from Omsk. But now, if you could have any job, what will it be? King. I don't know why I speak to you, Passepartout. Omsk? I think it's true that traders. Pyongyang, Omsk. I need to go to Omsk with all this stuff, right? Any more? Is the way to get, you mentioned train. I've been told my brother. Okay. She's talking rubbish. I'll leave her to it. So Beijing. We've got a long boat trip to Vladivostok. Gastown. This is the Canada. Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg. So why are you going to Stockholm? Asked Mademoiselle Elsa, youngest of the three. We're going around the world. She clapped her hands. And we are part of your route? That's wonderful. Tell me, where else have you been? I told her. But it's rapidly waned. I have been to Berlin too, and Paris. Yours is not much an adventure. We are only just starting, I replied, but I could not help but agree. We will have more of a tale to tell in a few weeks. Oh, she replied, I do hope so. With that she bowed her head and left me be. See, it's losing the health, so we rest where we want to. We spent most of the day crossing the low wastes of Sweden, empty fields with scattered houses, an airship in the skies and haystacks below. All life is here. My friend, Mademoiselle, it's Elsa, joined me on the rail. It's wonderful, is it not? It has rustic charm. It is a poor place, she replied. My mother and her mother left that world behind when they inherited this balloon, and we are not going back, none of us. Now you are pilots? She nodded. Now we fly above the world rather than crawl around it, upon it. There was a call from the upper deck. We were above Stockholm. The elder woman threw out the painter. I'm assuming that means something else other than an actual person, and it unravelled down to the ground. Slowly we descended towards the city. Right, we don't have much money, so we need to look for deals. Oh, is it quite valuable? Let's have a look then. Come on. Right, market. So the altmeter, how much could we give me? No, there's no point. Drinking horn. If I go to Antonia. Yeah, actually we'll grab that. If we go to there, which is means going back down south, we'll get another 3 grand, so we'll grab that. We'll get this elastic wallet, because this is good in case someone tries to rob us. So I think that will do. So thank you. Let's travel down south again. So we're going to go to St. Petersburg and work our way down. So if I not what wants to press. So if I scroll out on the wheel, mouse wheel. So we need to get from St. Petersburg. Where is it? There's Merv, Baghdad, Beirut. Oh, it's all the way there. So it's actually not worth it. It's gonna. I need to go straight down. So that wasn't worth it. Right, so oh well, it was only £64. Let's waste the day in Stockholm. We found our hotel to be very well appointed, and we're glad of it, because the streets outside became fearfully cold as night fell. It's a wonder people can live in such a chilly place, I remarked to my master, who gave me a look even chillier in response. People, he replied, live everywhere. A cheerful thought. From the way he turned his head, it was clear that Monsieur Fogg found my remark distasteful, but he made no particular rejoinder. Okay. Right, so let's depart. We need to get straight to Walsall. Let's just go straight to Walsall and get back where we need to be. We left Stockholm promptly and without fuss. So we need to get south. Shall we just go south and get the money? Yeah, let's do it. Warsaw. So, is it Warsaw to Budapest? Yes, there is. Right. Budapest to Venice? Okay, you don't want to say anything. So we can take this all the way to Budapest. So we've got a route in mind. The ferry left Stockholm and its mighty buildings behind and took off into quieter water. I passed the time on deck, eavesdropping, hoping to find options for our next journey. I fell in with a remarkably energetic Turkish madam and had a pleasant, if unproductive, conversation that whiled the hours away. But by nightfall we reached the coastline of Gdansk and transferred to a little carriage. Oh, we're now dependable. Oh. So, plan our days ahead. So this route, that's tomorrow, it's 150. And it'll lead us to there. We can go there, there, or get straight to... Yeah. We've got routes ahead in mind, so let us sleep. We walked the streets of Warsaw, feeling the air of the different continent all around. In less than 2 generations, the Tsars have made this little outpost all their own. They have made it much nicer too. There are building works on every road, with great digging machines sitting idle during the day and coming to life in the evening as they carved out sewage and water systems that will allow this city grow to enormous size. This place will be unrecognizable soon, I declared, and Fogg agreed. For now they are righting the landscape, he replied, but soon they will attempt to do the same to the people. He shook his head sadly. When will people realize that only the English are fit to run an empire? Yes, this is a work of fiction, in case anyone's joining at this point. This is a steampunk universe. I rolled my eyes at that, but in all honesty, I do not think he understood my response. Let's depart quickly. Oh, actually, I will wait an hour, go to the market. What's that? Engineer. What's that valuable in? Athens. So if I sell that, move that's there, grab that, and that'll do. Let's depart. We're going to go to Budapest and back. So hopefully that accordion's worth something in that area. I'll scroll out again. Athens. It's right at the bottom, but that'll get us across to there. So we'll get to where we need to be. Oh, there's an event happening. The same Monsieur Fogg had disapproved of our choice to head westwards toward Budapest is both understatement and overstatement. It was clear he was most displeased, but at the same time his face was entirely impassive, and he offered exactly no opinion as we boarded the rickety steam carriage. Let's converse. Greetings, Dr. Richland. Well, good day. I must say, you look rather pale. I'm sure you know all about Budapest. The Artificers Guild has no presence in Budapest. Right. Can we get to Bucharest? I wish I knew, but merchants in Astra will pay a huge amount for candles. Ooh. So we've got another target there. We'll go to Bucharest. We'll have to explore, go to Bucharest, go down, go to Athens, and go across. We rode in stubborn silence, even though from Bucharest we would be well placed to pick up the orange. No, I don't want to go that way. To whisk us all the way down to Athens. I put this to him. Of course, Pastor. Why do you suppose I chose this route? There are times, I must confess, it is confusing. Belgrade. Right. Let's go to the hotel, rest the night. Dusty Jacket Englishman at our hotel recommend a restaurant called Clements to Michel Fogg. The Magyars make an excellent broth, he promised. Ominous words indeed. I have never really been one for advice from dusty jacketed fellows, nor for that matter Englishmen on the subject of gustation. Monsieur Fogg was set on the matter, however. I could not argue, and decided instead to sulk genteelly in the manner of a well-trained chambermaid. We settled to dinner at Clemens, where our soup arrived in gleaming silver tureen. My master, a man of impeccably high standards, even mapped upon the tureens flawless polish. At which point it exploded, splattering myself, Monsieur Fogg, and an extremely bewildered waiter in admittedly delicious salmon broth. A fellow diner had been struck by the edge of the tureen lid and was bleeding from the temple. I attended to my master, who looked remotely unperturbed by the whole affair. Perhaps in England, exploding entrees were commonplace. The head chef had by this time emerged from the kitchen. He pointed towards the wall and began a voluble rant, which needed little translation. The broth had splattered the ivory wall in the intricately curved shape of a lily, unmistakably the symbol of the Artificers Guild. I beckoned over a waiter who attempted an apology in a mixing of halting English and German. "Never mind that," I cried. "The lily." "Indeed," he said miserably. "The guild has gone too far this time." All looked around at the chaos caused by a single bowl of exploding soup. "What did you do to the guild?" Our waiter sighed. "They were banned by the Emperor so we could make our own imperial automata. Outside of their control, the guild is growing more vocal in its objections. Personally, I thought that the guild was growing heavy-handed. It was one thing to have a political dispute with a state about the production of automata. It was quite another to start ruining perfectly delicious dinners. We stayed for the main course, but did not enjoy it. The innocent had rather shaken my confidence, and I could see my master was concerned. How many more exploding broths could our precarious journey survive? Right, we will explore, because I need to see how long it would take us to go to Bucharest, or we go straight to Athens. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how to continue our journey. Let's have a look, let's plan. Right. So it looks like we haven't actually got a route, so I think I'm just going to go straight to Athens from here. 3 days, we can't wait 3 days. 1,200 to take up. No, there's no way I'm doing that. Right, let's go to the market. Dusty road, heavy storm, vodka, absinthe. Right, so we're intending going down south in this one, so I'm going to sell the wool trousers, get rid of them, and buy the neck cushion, which is good for flights. So let us go to Belgrade. So we're here. I don't want to go there now. Oh, you can't stop at Belgrade. Okay. Can we go there? Negotiate. Even more. Right, no. I'm going to stay here the night. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg, providing him with a haircut, with the hopes he would have a restorative night. It does. It gave him 10 more health. Right, we need to plan. Right, we can't go to Belgrade. Can we go to here then? Costs 96 and it goes off in 2 days. What about that? That's 110, 2 days. Oh, we can go now. Oh, that'll take out most of our income, but we need to do it. We'll do it. Right, we're nearly leaving Europe here. Today we turned south. The Orange Express Company ran a spur line from Budapest that switched down the length of Europe to Athens. It originally stopped midway at Belgrade, but since the city's almost total destruction in the last confrontation between the Austro-Hungarians and the Ottomans, the train now went straight through. Such destruction it was to be hoped taught that powers that be a lesson about tolerance. Yes, I know they're running low, thanks for that. Right, let's converse. Show me your ticket first, please. How may I help? Right, Athens. Okay. Right. Athens to Alexandria. Let's just say that you right, Alexandria, fortune in Dubai. That's good info. Right, we're going through Belgrade now. Despite not knowing to expect it, I could not help but gasp as we swept through the empty husk of Belgrade. It seemed home only to ghosts. Trees and bushes grew from tall buildings and though empty window frames. But we did not spy a single human being. Quite what had happened, no one truly knew. The roads, houses, viaducts were all still standing. The gas lamps still burned, but not a single voice cried out, and not a door or shutter moved. I stared and stared, and for a brief moment, as we passed the sidings from a deserted main station, I fancied I saw something move, a figure, but it moved in strangely rigid fashion. I wept my tired eyes, and it was gone. A fancy, no doubt. Let's wait. Let's get as far as we can. Let's read the paper. Guild spokesman confirmed. Bomb in soup, not aimed at Fogg. We arrived at Theolescon station in northern Greece. A few passengers disembarked, but we stayed put. Intend to reach Athens and then take one of the many sea routes into Turkey or Egypt. The journey to Athens took the rest of the day. I think the gauge on the rails grew narrower as it negotiated the winding cliff sides of Greece. This country appeared to be entirely made of coastline. It is a wonder there are any buildings here at all. Still, we were well catered for, of course, and arrived most refreshed. So we're nearly here. Right, so accordion, sell that, hopefully it's a lot. Go on, how much? 420. Not worth it, really. Apollo. Hali. Can't remember where that is, but we'll buy that. We'll leave that because we're not going to Russia. We'll take that just in case. So next stop is that one for 3 grand. Let's plan. So that sets off tomorrow to Izmir, and it's 32. So we'll definitely stay the night. My master was not, as a rule, particularly interested in the fabulous locales and exotic cities we journeyed through. Athens was the exception that proved the rule. His sudden interest was not limited by the city. He fixed me a look. Do you speak Greek? I did, though I would not go into the circumstances how exactly I came to learn the tongue here. No, we'll go for that one. Must we, monsieur? I smiled sharply, repeating a few phrases I had picked up. Monsieur Fogg blushed. Vermilion. Red. Can't remember how you pronounce that word. That, Passepartout, he cleared his throat, is a very specialised vocabulary. Despite my master's grasp of ancient Greek, the demotic variant more commonly spoken on the streets eluded him. We were reduced to asking direction through a combination of moi, opposite quotations from Homer, my master, and not Homer Simpson, by the way, and half-remembered flattery, moi encore. We picked our way through the labyrinthian streets of the Plaka and up to the Acropolis. I checked my watch discreetly. Ruins from the past held no attraction for me, especially when a decent night's sleep hung in the balance. As we stood admiring the architecture, I was rudely knocked into by a small man with thick glasses. My hand flew to my watch to ensure it's still there, but it was. The man blushed red at my gestures. My apologies, he murmured. I left it at that. The man apologized again and then quickly wobbled away. A man with sea legs, I observed. Monsieur Fogg shook his head sadly. In which case, Passepartout, you should have asked him about his boat. Great. So let's depart. let's get straight onto Izmir. We boarded the daily ferry across the Aegean Sea and then sat out on the deck and enjoyed the sunshine, getting some much needed rest. Yeah. Other passengers milled around talking loudly and drinking ouzo, chilled by chips of ice carved from blocks in the hold of the ship. The boat had the air of a market cafe or the gathered crowd before a concert. Clearly sunshine is good for the soul, otherwise I spent my time in conversation, hoping to gather information for our next journey, and I picked up from a remarkably energetic Persian gentleman that a lost city stands in the desert between Beirut and Baghdad. Okay. Right, we're in Izmir now. Okay. How much? Yeah, sell 370 or I'll wait until it gets to 700. I think I'll wait until it gets to 700. Right. Since we're going through the desert, I will adjust. Right, we're leaving Europe, so we don't need that. Sell that. Machete, water bladder. We'll get the water bladder. And we will leave it there in this part as we make our way around the world. This is day 13. See you in the next part.